Who can learn a language? And who is this course for? While this course is for anyone who has an interest to learn a language. If you're a student in school, it's for you. If you are learning privately with a teacher or learning on your own, it's also for you. But this is especially for those who have been trained to learn, but they have had limited results. And for those who are new to language learning and are searching for methods to begin their language learning journey with. If you are someone who dreams of being able to really learn a language and wants to learn in an efficient way and also wants to be an independent learner, this course is for you. This course is not about rote memorization or dry usage of a language. It was made to help you engage with the language and to breathe life into your language learning experience. So, what about languages then? Which language is this course good for? Well, to be honest, this course is good for English, and it's good for Spanish, and it's also good for French, and Arabic, and German, and many more languages. So, this course is good for just about any language. If you want to learn many languages in the future, you can return back to this course over and over again to help you with each language that you are learning. Before I started working on this course, I asked myself, how can I make a course that teaches people how to learn a new language? And for the reason that languages are different. Languages have different vocabulary. Languages have different grammar. It's different when you're listening to different languages and so on. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. There are certain strategies that you are going to use to learn how to listen well. There are certain strategies that you are going to use to learn how to improve your speaking skills or how to improve your self-confidence while you're speaking regardless of the language. Essentially, it's applicable to just about any language. So this course covers the basics of learning a language. So, what is language learning? And what is that we call a language acquisition? In simple terms, language acquisition is when we gain the ability to understand the language and also to produce it. When you go from not knowing anything about language to understand what someone is saying and what they have written. And when you gain the ability to speak or to write in the language, this is what we call language acquisition. So, there are two kinds of language acquisition. We have first language acquisition and we have second language acquisition. First language acquisition is gaining the ability to communicate in your mother tongue or your first language. Second language acquisition is gaining the ability to communicate in a language that is not yours and it's not your mother tongue. For example, if you are from Egypt and grew up speaking Arabic, your first language or your mother tongue is Arabic. If you learn English later in your life, we can say that you acquired English as your second language. To have learned the language doesn't mean that you are completely fluent or you're completely perfect in this language. But it also doesn't mean that you can learn to count, say, the alphabet and claim that you have learned the language. When we talk about learning a language, we mean that you are able to communicate with other people and get your thoughts across to somebody else. Even if you can't do it with depth and you are limited in how far you can go, we can still assume that you have learned the language. Remember, there are different levels with learning a language. There's intermediate, and there's advanced, and there's a fluent, and there's a native level. So, don't think that for you to have learned a language that you have to speak and understand so well. This is it for now. See you next time. Goodbye.